Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna create an AI agent from scratch that can browse internet for you, and it can find real-world information just like human researcher, and it can also accept cookie and handle pop-ups. I will be using Python and OpenAI Agent SDK along with the Playwright MCP server. Let's see how it finds top fine dining restaurant in my city in real time. Notice that I'm not scraping static data. This agent actually browsing live websites using Playwright MCP, entirely guided by OpenAI model. I have initiated the project with the UV init and installed these libraries .environment, OpenAI agents, and Gradio. Make sure you have the Node.js installed in your system because that is required to run the Playwright MCP server. And these three libraries are standard one, and the Gradio you need to import for the UI, and this agent runner trace are required to create the agent of OpenAI SDK, and this MCP studio is required to initiate the MCP server. Make sure you have the OpenAI key in your environment file because that is required to use the GPT model that I'm going to use to run this application. After that, we need to define the instruction for our agent. It can browse the internet and it's highly capable of browsing and including accepting cookie and handling the pop-up. I have to explicitly mention don't visit more than 2 websites because it was consuming too much token, so that in order to keep it concise, so I have to mention this as well. And once you do that, the next step to create the MCP server here, and then write the agent with MCP server, then run the agent and handle the click event to run this agent file. Okay, let's start writing the code. So let's start writing the MCP server. So this is our method. First we need to define the parameters, the command npx, and this is our Playwright MCP server. And then we're going to use this MCP server studio to pass these parameters and the session timeout time. I'm going to use the 60-second here. So that your server is ready, and then the next thing, write the agent. Okay, so agent is also very simple to create. So create agent, and I'm gonna pass the this browser MCP server we created here. Okay, later when we combine all these methods. So I'm just dividing these methods for simplicity to create the separate items to make it clear to understand. And in order to write this agent, you need to use this agent class that we imported from here, from the agents, and it require parameters, the name, which is like you can give anything here, instruction, that the instruction that we're going to give to our agent, what it should do, and then we're going to define the model. So I'm going to use GPT 4.1 mini here, and then we can define the MCP servers that we're going to use to browse the internet. Okay, now let's combine these two methods and run our agent. So this is our method run agent. So here I'm calling this browse MCP server. I have to use like this async await, and inside this I'm gonna use the create agent method we created here, and I'm gonna pass the MCP server that we created here in the above line. And after that your agent is ready. You can just use await runner.run. This runner is the class that we imported from this agent framework. Okay, and after that getting the result, you can use the result.final output. This is the result of the research. Okay, and this method accept the parameter query which is gonna pass from the UI. Okay, now let's write our click handler, so which is simply calling this our run agent method, but it's this is the catch. We need to do async io.run, so that is everything run in the asynchronous mode. Okay, so the final step is to write the UI part. So let me grab the UI portion and then I'll explain. So in UI we are writing this title and then this text, one text box to ask the query, another text box to define the result, and there's a button to click the run agent, and this is the click handler that is binding to this method, our Gradio handler. Okay, and it's also giving the input of the text box value and output to this text box value. Yeah, that's it. Our code is ready to test. Now let's run this code. So in order to do that, we just write simple uv run main.py. Okay, so it will give this URL. So let's test this. So let's start with simple recipe. Okay, so we got it does the research and we got the final output. Now let's run another example. So I'm gonna use the find high-end fine dining restaurant in my city, and list the top 3 of it based on the highest rating. Okay. Now let's try to run this. Okay, so based on this research, it gives these 3 restaurants. So hope you like this video. Please subscribe for more such content. Thank you.